So 2025 has been an absolute great year for gaming. Near enough every month of this year, we've had a great game come out in which probably would be a contender for Game of the Year. And it's probably at this point that you're thinking, this man must have a lot of games that he's played this year and he's going to put them on a big ranking list. You're partially correct. So unfortunately, I've not really had time to play a lot of games this year because at the start of this year, I was going for a little thing called PlayStation Platinum Trophies. And with PlayStation Platinum Trophies, they take up a lot of your time. And then I was making videos on them. And that takes even more time. So that's why I didn't really play a lot of games at the beginning of the year. But I have decided anyway to do a tier list of games I have actually played this year because there's been a few, but not as much as I would like to have been. And hopefully next year we can make this a yearly thing, and by next year I've played a lot more games because my video basis of how I do videos on this channel now has changed a bit now. So I should be able to get through a bigger tier list next year. But for now, this is my tier list. So with the tier list, we have Dog, whatever you think that wants to say, Meh, I liked it, Awesome, and Cinema. And as you can see, like I said, I've not played a lot of games this year. There's 14 games on here. And I've not completed every single one of them. I've completed probably about 80% of them, but I have played a decent amount of them before anyone starts shouting at me like they did in my last ranking video. So I started the year off with Cyberpunk 2077. So my experience with Cyberpunk 2077 is I initially got this on the release date, which was 2020. And I got this for the PlayStation 4 originally, and this was one of the most unplayable games I've ever played. I remember doing the prologue, I think, to this. I don't even think it did do the prologue, actually. Let me just think. No, I didn't. I did like the starting mission, I want to say. I didn't actually do the prologue because I'll say when the prologue is in a minute. But I remember being so hyped for this game, like a lot of us was, and then I was just so disappointed in this, and I thought, I don't have a PC to play this, to play it what capacity it needs to be, and my PlayStation 4 was just blowing out with dust. So I didn't have a great experience starting off with this, and I've always wanted to pick up this game once again because I know it's had all its fixes and everything along those lines, and I thought this year is the year I'm going to do it, and I started the year off by doing that. So I restarted the game this year, got past the actual prologue because that's when the actual title screen shows. I'm not going to actually spoil the game, but after you get past the title screen, this game, oh my god, I absolutely adored it. So I've been going for the platinum for this game, so I put my fair few hours into this game. This is probably the game that I played the most this year, I want to say. I even went along and watched the anime for this game, and just to, you know, get more enrolled in that world because I just wanted everything I can to do with this world, and I absolutely loved this game. I did all of the endings. I've done most of the side quests. I've done most of the collectibles. The only thing I'm actually probably yet to do on this game is the DLC, which I've heard's even better than the base game. So I can't wait to do that. But again, I've just not had a lot of time to play games these days. And now I'm getting a bit more time on my hand. I will actually go and play that in the new year. Now, you know, we might even start this year off by playing this game again, doing the DLC. So, you know, it's definitely on the cards. But with that, of course, I need to rank this game, and I'm going to rank this. It's cinema. It absolutely is cinema. Everything this game has to offer, it's very much my sort of game where it's an open world RPG. You feel like you can just get lost in the world for hours and hours. The look of the world feels so unique. I know other people are trying to go for that sort of look with, you know, these other games, but I don't feel like some games actually reached this level of peak that this game has. If you haven't played this game, I really do recommend this one because it's just a game that I think a lot of people need to experience, and I think it's one of them games where it's its own sort of thing, and it's just, like I said, cinema. I can't wait to go back on this game and do the DLC. Absolutely love this game. So again, I was going for platinum trophies this year, and the next game I wanted to play, because I've actually played the other two installments, is the original God of War. So I played and completed God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok and absolutely adored them. And I've always wanted to go back and play the older God of War, but unfortunately when you go to stream these games on your PlayStation 4, because you actually can go on the cloud streaming to go and play these games, I just didn't like the way they ran. They just don't feel very fluent. So I went out and bought a PlayStation 3 for this. Played this on my PlayStation 3 and it was actually better than I expected. I was expecting a very lackluster game, which it is compared to the later entries. We'll get to that in a second. But I think for when it came out in 2005, this would have been an absolutely brilliant game. And I would probably rate this awesome. I really did enjoy this God of War. I liked going back to see how Kratos' story actually started and how he came to be the God of War, because I didn't even realize that was a thing. And I think it was a very good starting point for this franchise. And I did actually get the platinum on this, so I've done near enough everything you can on it. So I have put a lot of hours into this as well, even though the platinum only takes about 15 hours, I think. And then I moved on to God of War 2, which was basically God of War 1, but a lot better. Like, the gameplay and everything of God of War 2 is very, very much the same style as God of War 1. It's just had a lot of added things, but the story on this game just takes it to another level. I think the story on this game is much more better than number 1. It's very much straight into the action. I think literally as soon as you start this game, you're straight into like a war that's going on, and the storytelling on this game, I don't want to spoil it all, and how you basically go against the gods in this game. I know you kind of do in the first game, but not as much to a degree as this game. And I'm yet to play God of War 3. That's the only one in the main franchise I'm yet to play. I need to play that soon. But this, I would say, is an awesome game. I don't know if I'll call this absolute cinema, because I think God of War Ragnarok and God of War 2018 are cinema. This is probably cinema for back in the day. I'm only saying this because I think the later entries are better than this, but this is absolutely phenomenal. But this would be better than number 1 for sure, so it is above God of War 1, that's for sure, and I can't wait to play number 3 because, again, it's just getting time, but I am waiting to play that game, and as soon as I play that game, I'll probably put a video out on this saying I've played God of War 3 and this is my thoughts, but yeah, love that game. Alright, so there was a point in the year where Star Wars and Battlefront just decided to have a resurgence. Like, Battlefront 2 had been a dead game for a while, or dead-ish, shall I say. I think there was a lot of players, but it literally went like on Steam and everywhere else. Everyone was playing this game in like the June, July sort of times, and I was one of them. I can't remember the last time I actually played a multiplayer game before this. I'm very much a story-based person. I like playing story games now. I don't really play multiplayer games at all. It's quite sad for me, I know, but it is what it is. And with Battlefront 2, I remember enjoying this game back in the day, and I revisited it this summer, or June or July, kind of summer. Played this with a lot of my friends, and I was on this for hours and hours, and I absolutely adored this game, forgot how fun it was, and I would put this in awesome as well. I would put this in awesome as well. I really want a Battlefront 3. Or, you know, just give us some good updates for this. I don't think the player hype on this is as big as it was, obviously, back in, like, June or July or wherever it was. But it's such an awesome game. It's so fun. I just don't feel like it's stressful compared to, like, other multiplayer games. I don't know why. It just isn't. And I really like the heroes and villains mode on this. Is one of the only people who actually do enjoy that more than the actual gameplay. But there's so many different modes on this where it just feels like you can just have a lot of fun with your friends. And I really think it's just one of those games where you can just pick up and play it whenever you want. Really enjoyed that game. Like I said, hope that number 3 comes out one day. Okay, a game I've been waiting for a long time, and that is Oblivion Remastered. I played Oblivion back in the day, and I want to say I did a lot of the original game. I did the DLC. I didn't, weirdly enough, do all the story on my own anyway. I remember playing this with my friend when it first came out, and then I did it like with a friend going through the story, but I did the DLC and everything on my own. Did loads of side stuff on my own on the original game. And it's one of those games where I just always want to jump back onto the original game and play it. But the only place I can probably play it these days is on my PC. And I like getting trophies. I did at the time anyway. I liked getting trophies. This is another one that I actually get the platinum for because it's literally really easy to get the platinum for. There were so many rumors regarding this game having a remake or a remaster. For years, there's been like a timesheet that come out with loads of like Bethesda games that are coming out. And this was on there. And we were just all waiting to see when it actually came out. There was leaks here and there. And then they shadow dropped this and we were like, today's the day. Today's the day. And oh my God, this is easily the best looking remaster. It's called a remaster. It's not even called a remake. This is the best remaster I've seen. Maybe the best remake I've seen. That's arguable because a lot of people will probably say like Resident Evil and stuff are the best remake. But if you're calling remasters, this is 100% the best remaster I've ever seen. It basically gives you the old school elements of the Oblivion game. Like it plays like the Oblivion game and they've added like a fair few little things which doesn't really change the gameplay too much, like sprint button and other aspects like that, which enhances the game. And I very much enjoyed this game. I could probably go onto this game and just, you know, experience this even more. So I don't know where to rank this though. I don't know where to rank this. See, I would say this is cinema if we were talking about the original. If I was talking about the original, but I feel like it's different because I've experienced it before. Like, I definitely like this better than God of War and God of War 2. And then I know, bear in mind, this is my opinion. This is my opinion. I like it better than these. I'm going to put it here for now. It's not as good as Cyberpunk. It's not. Maybe if they came out the same date, like Cyberpunk wouldn't have been as good as it is now. I don't know. I'm going to keep this one here. I'm going to keep this one here. But very much enjoyed what they did with that. And I really want them to go and do it with the Fallout games because, please, I enjoy Fallout more than I do the Elder Scrolls, but only just. Now, next, a game where I didn't think I would even play this game, to be honest with you. And that is Alien Isolation. If you don't know me, I say this every time I come across a horror game. I don't like horror games. I just can't play them. And Alien Isolation is meant to be like one of the scariest horror games, maybe. I don't know. I probably said that wrong. I'm not a horror person. I can't say that, but I know this is meant to be a scary game. And oh my god, it is. Oh my god, it is. I had so many jump scares playing this. I've not played this all the way through. I just can't. I think I got about 7 or 8 missions in. I think there's like 20 odd. I've played quite a lot of hours this game. I can't play it anymore. I was just getting so frustrated with some aliens stalking around everywhere. I like the Alien franchise, by the way. I actually watched all the Alien films, but I just don't know what it is with horror games. I just can't get to grips with them. I've tried a few horror games. I've tried Resident Evil 7. I've tried Resident Evil 2. I'm not counting Left 4 Dead and zombie games apart from Resident Evil because they are zombie games. But you know what I mean? Like survival horror games. I can't do them. It's not for me. It's just not for me. But I like it. I do like this game. I'm not going to say I hate this game because I don't. I don't know. I just can't get through it. I just can't get through it. But I do like it and what it does and how it's scary it is and how the alien stalks you around. But it's just not my sort of game. But I did like it. I'm not going to say it's meh or dog because it's not. It's actually a good game, but it's just not for me. All right, moving on to one of my oldest favorite franchises, which is Assassin's Creed. I am was a very big Assassin's Creed fan. I used to get Assassin's Creed on the day it came out and not go off the game until I completed it. Like, literally, I think I did that from like Assassin's Creed 2 all the way up to like Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Every time a game came out, I would not go off the game until I completed it. Like, I would not go off it that day. Might pause it and go downstairs for a drink, but I would complete the story until the RPG ones came out, and then obviously you can't do that because it's too long. And a place where I've always wanted Assassin's Creed to go is Japan because I like Japanese things and it looks like an awesome location where we can go and explore. But unfortunately, these games aren't what they used to be, and there's been a lot of like samurai-esque Japanese sort of era games of like Ghost of Tsushima and stuff at the time. And a lot of people are comparing this to that, and I want to go in this with an open mind. And it was better than I thought. But I don't know what it is about Assassin's Creed games anymore. I just can't get to grips with them as much as I used to. I think it might be the RPG thing. I did like this game though. I did kind of maybe get addicted to this when I first started playing it. I very much enjoyed it. I think I dropped it about 80% through the story, then went back to it about a month later and completed it before Ghost of Yote come out. But I liked it. It will probably go like at the high I liked it because I did enjoy it for what it was at the time, and I think the world actually looks really nice. There's a bit to do on it. It's an open world, there's quite a bit to do, but I feel like I don't know. I'm just not in love with Assassin's Creed games as I used to be, but I did like this game. All right, next, a game if you want a GTA sort of clone, this might be the one for you, even though it's quite old now. It actually came out before GTA 5 did. That's how old this game is. And that's Sleeping Dogs, the definitive edition, which is the PlayStation 4 version of this game because it originally came out on the 360 and the PlayStation 3 era. And I did actually complete it back in the day. And it's been a game where I've been wanting to go back to for years. So I actually got this on the release day, which was like, I don't know, 2012, 2013, just before GTA 5 anyway. And I remember very much enjoying this game. And I went back to it this year and I very much enjoyed it again because I was going for the platinum for this game again. I didn't get it in the end, but I put probably, I don't know, about 40 to 50 hours in this again. Did some of the DLC, enjoyed that. This is a very underrated game. I know it has a cult following, this game does, but I feel like still not enough people have talked about this game, and It's unfortunate we were never going to get a sequel of this game because of the people who actually made this. I don't know, they went bust or something. I don't know the full story, but Sleeping Dogs is basically kind of like a GTA clone set in Hong Kong. But the fighting system on this, which is probably the best thing on this game, is kind of like Arkham style, and I really just find it enjoyable. Sleeping Dogs, I would put this in awesome. It's probably maybe there. Maybe there. Better than God of War 1. Don't know if it's better than God of War 2 because of the story on God of War 2. Sleeping Dogs' story is good, but I don't know. I think we'll keep it here now. I'm putting Oblivion there. I'm being biased because I like Elder Scrolls a lot. God of War 2's there. Sleeping Dogs is there. But now, I'll look again at this in a minute. This is the smallest tier list, and I'm making it look like a massive thing because I've been speaking for that long. Pokémon Legends ZA. I tramped on this game before I got it. I literally looked at everyone's reviews on this game and tramped on it. There's windows that look like PNGs. The world looks lifeless, and there isn't a lot to do, really. Considering Nintendo are one of the biggest companies in the world, and Pokemon is the biggest franchise in the world, and they bring out this. When I was watching videos of this, I was going, oh my god, I'm not even buying this. I did. And that's where my opinion of this game changed. Pokémon Legends ZA is not a game where you want to go into it and think, right, this company's got this much money, you know, it's going to look like Breath of the Wild. It's not. I don't think it ever will look like Breath of the Wild. If it does, then come back to this video when it does and then tell me what the next Pokemon game looks like. But this is a fun game. I'm saying it. It's a fun game. It's a fun game. I've had fun with this game, and I would still go and play this now. This made me go on my Switch again. Every time a Pokemon game comes out, I end up picking up the Switch. It's been sitting there for months and months with dust. And Pokemon always brings me back to the Switch. So if it's doing anything, it's at least doing that. Oh my god. Remember, this is my opinion because this is going to be a controversial one. I know this is going to be a controversial one. I don't want to put it in meh, but it is meh. I don't know. Oh, it is meh, but it is enjoyable. I'm going to put this at the back end of I liked it. The point is, I think I enjoyed this more than I did Isolation just because I'm not a horror fan. But I know a lot of people are going to shout at me because Alien Isolation is objectively, it is a better game than that. But I did like that better than that. I played Shadows more though, so I can't really say I like that more than that. I'll keep it as that for now. Remember, I think Alien Isolation is a better game. But for me personally, I had more enjoyment with Pokémon Legends ZA because Alien Isolation made me crap my pants every 2 minutes. And that probably is the objective of what it's trying to do. But I'm not used to that thing. But I do think Alien Isolation is a better game. And speaking of picking my Switch up again, games that I've always wanted to get into are the Persona games. And I think I've seen Persona 4 Golden was on sale when I was playing Pokemon. I picked it up at the same time and didn't complete it. I don't think I'm anywhere near completing it. I've done probably, I don't know, 10 hours, which is not a lot for a Persona game. I know it's not. I've never completed a Persona game. I've always wanted to complete a Persona game. I'm actually downloading one right now on my PlayStation, but that's another story. But this game's getting a remake, so I stopped playing it because of that reason. Like, I could play this game and experience it now, or shall I wait till a remake comes out and then be enthralled with the story even more, get my enjoyment of what the 10 hours I did play so I can actually see the differences, because when I start the remake, for example, I'll see the differences of the starting of this game compared to the remake and be more, like I said, enthralled or like grateful that I've experienced this for the better time in like better visuals and stuff. So that's the only reason I haven't completed this game, and I know they are dead long, but I had an awesome time with it. I can't really put it up here because it probably is a better game than these, but I can't put it up there because I haven't completed it, but I've put my fair few hours into it, kind of, but that's the only reason why I've not put it up there. But enjoyed Persona 4 for what I played, and I will get back to that one day. Next, Ghost of Yote. So, this is a game where I've been hyped for this game since it got announced, I'll be honest. I really loved Ghost of Tsushima. This is one of the games where I wanted to pick up day one, which I haven't done in a while. Picked the game up day one, maybe apart from like Oblivion when that came out on release day. But this is a game where I got it straight away. Didn't really expect much. I'm gonna be honest. I expected the same but different, which it is. But I was very much addicted to this game. This game's visuals, like the last game, look absolutely breathtaking. The color scheme on this game is absolutely breathtaking. The story's probably not as good as the first one, but it's still good. And I like the way this plays compared to the first one, with the different sword styles and stuff with different weapons rather than the original game where you change stances. like them both in their own way, and I like how they're both unique in their own way. Very, very much enjoyed this one, and this is probably the third. You know what? Oh, this one's hard. This one's hard. This one's hard. This one is hard. I'm putting this in cinema. I'm putting it in cinema. It's the low end of cinema for me, but it is cinema. I probably enjoyed this game a lot more than I did other games this year. And I put a lot more hours into this game than the other games I have this year, which are not a lot, obviously, but very much enjoyed that game. And I would go and play that on New Game Plus now if I had the time. Yeah, really, really enjoyed it. So after this, I was in that sort of mood where I still want to play some of this sort of genre game. And that's where Winds Meet came out. And I thought, ooh, it's that sort of style of game where I've just played with Ghosts of Yote, and it wasn't. It's free, but it's more like a MMO-ish game. I haven't put a lot of hours into this. I'm going to be honest, I haven't put a lot of hours into this, probably like 5. And I enjoyed what I played, but at the same time, where you're going from an experience like this to this, it's a bit of a downgrade. And it's a bit of a different game that I wanted at the time. Like I said, I don't really play multiplayer games. I know you can play this solo as well, before anyone says anything. This is probably a game where I just need to go and pick it back up one day and get more into it, because I've seen some video gameplay videos and stuff on this, and it does look really fun. But yeah, I liked it. I liked it. Now, going back to Assassin's Creed again, where we got a DLC for Assassin's Creed Mirage that came out years ago. Yeah, a free DLC came out for Assassin's Creed game, which came out years ago. And we had a normal franchise Assassin's Creed game this year. It's strange, but it happened. And with Assassin's Creed Mirage, you know what? This was more of Assassin's Creed that I wanted rather than Shadows. I'm very much a fan of the old school Assassin's Creed games over the RPGs, and I did enjoy this a lot. I thought it was a bit clunky at times. At times I find it a bit clunky, but I very much enjoyed this, and I would probably put this at the top of I liked it. I think the DLC is good. It's free. It's like 10 hours long, and there's a bit to do on it, and I feel like Assassin's Creed should go down this direction more, for me anyway. Right, so getting to the last game that I've played this year. And why have I played it at the end of the year, you want to ask? Because, like I've kind of explained, I tried to do platinums on games this year. My head's just been going around all year, like, what the hell do I need to play? There's so much of a backlog I need to play. I kept this at the end of the year because I felt like this was maybe going to win Game of the Year because of the amount of people I seen saying this is going to win Game of the Year. The hype for this game was really high, considering this game was like a game that came out of nowhere. And I seen this was a turn-based game, and that is very up my street. I love turn-based RPGs with like the older Final Fantasy games and stuff. And I thought this is a game where I'm very much going to get addicted to it. I'm still addicted to it now. I came off it like 10 minutes ago. I'm doing some of the endgame content. And this is, for me, it's only just beating Cyberpunk for my game of this year, because I absolutely love the story of this. This might be more recency bias compared to Cyberpunk, and I feel like this is a more story-driven game than Cyberpunk, even though there is more story into Cyberpunk. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but it does in my head. Anyway, I absolutely adored this game. The soundtrack on this game's phenomenal. I love the playstyle on this game. If the people are coming in the comments right now saying this is a mobile game and you just stand there, then okay, go and play your mobile games then. Good for you. Don't play this then. Whatever. Anyway, the characters in this game, I love every character in this game. I don't think I hate any characters in this game, even the antagonists. Maybe. Maybe not. There might be one character soon, actually. Anyway, the story on this game is absolutely phenomenal. It got me guessing at every turn. Visually, this looks really nice. I know people are going to be saying, but it's AI slop. It had like a lamppost that was AI, which they actually said, so that's out of the water. And near enough, every game these days are definitely using AI, so grab that as well. If I was going to vote for a game of the year, I would vote this game of the year. But as you can see, I haven't played a lot of the games that came out this year, unfortunately. But I very, very much loved Expedition 33. And this is a game that'll probably stick with me for a while because it's very up my street, and I'm going to take my time doing the end game content of this. You know, I'm going to dip in and out doing some of the end game content. I'm doing the Manor in the Sky or something at the minute. I'm in the process of doing that at the moment, if anyone wants to know where I actually am in the game. But yeah, I absolutely adore that game, and this is my tier list for the year. This has probably been a longer video than it needs to be. I've just gone on a rant for the last, I don't know, 20 minutes maybe? for about 14 games. But yeah, my objective is next year to play more games. I want to play more PlayStation exclusives. I did a PlayStation exclusive ranking if you want to check that out, where you can see kind of how little PlayStation exclusives I played. I played a decent amount, but I've not played that many. I want to play more PlayStation exclusives next year, including God of War 3, and just play more games in general, because I'm not really going for platinum trophies anymore, unfortunately, because they just take up a lot of your time. I like getting platinum trophies. Like I said, I'll probably get on Expedition 33, but dipping in and out of it. But what I was doing, I was basically playing a game, platinum it, coming up with a script, and I don't really like script writing, I'm going to be honest with you. Making a video, searching for every trophy in a video to put it then into a video. Making platinum videos is a lot of time, which I don't think I really enjoyed. So, yeah. That's my tier list. Luckily, none of them went in meh or dogs, because I don't think any of these games actually are. But you know, next year might be different. I might play some absolute trash games, and they might go in this category down here. But yeah, that's been my tier list. If you've liked this video, please put the thumbs up on this video. It does help the video get out there. And if you do like this sort of thing, I'm going to be bringing more videos out like this, some ranking videos and games I played across the years and stuff like that, where I speak about games, basically. Do consider hitting that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.